A dream of impending fatherhood often symbolizes a significant life transition. It indicates a critical juncture demanding immediate spiritual attention. This dream signifies a period of urgent self-reflection and consideration. It highlights the need to address profound personal or spiritual matters. Such dreams urge prompt action and introspection regarding one's life path, an abstract representation of a seed sprouting into a large, complex plant. This imagery symbolizes a concept or project that has been initiated. It represents a seed sown in one's life, signifying its foundational stage. The sprouting indicates that this initiated concept is now on the verge of significant growth. This growth is depicted as unavoidable and substantial, reflecting its impact. An empty, plain vessel symbolizes a state of readiness or potential. The transformation of this vessel suggests an impending change or development. Filling it with precious, shimmering liquid represents the acquisition of valuable content. This liquid signifies profound spiritual knowledge, wisdom, or a significant purpose. The dream metaphorically indicates an incoming responsibility or assignment. This responsibility is described as a profound spiritual task, soon to be undertaken. A dream context featuring a heavily tipping scale symbolizes an imbalance. This imbalance points to a critical need for leadership accountability. It signifies an imminent requirement to answer for past decision. Leaders must be prepared to justify actions taken within their influence. The tipping scale underscores the weight of responsibility in leadership roles. A dream may symbolize a significant calling or life path awaiting an individual. This calling might be represented by a path that appears distinct yet challenging. The dream highlights a current state of inadequacy to undertake this important task. It signals an immediate and urgent requirement for spiritual readiness. The individual must prepare themselves to embrace and fulfill this destined purpose. A dream featuring falling dominoes often symbolizes a chain reaction of cause and effect. This imagery represents the interconnectedness of actions and their subsequent consequences. Such a dream can serve as a potent warning regarding past decisions. It suggests that the outcomes of previous choices are nearing manifestation. The dream indicates an impending realization of results stemming from one's actions. A small, unassuming sapling represents the initial, often subtle, beginning of an endeavor. This sapling, though modest in its inception, holds the potential for significant development. Over time, this initial effort begins to grow, much like a sapling maturing into a tree. The growth signifies a transition from a nascent stage to one of increasing substance. The once small beginning is now poised to develop into something substantial and impactful. This metaphor illustrates the progression of an idea or project from subtle origins to significant realization. The chrysalis, splitting open to reveal a mature butterfly, symbolizes a profound transformation. This imagery represents a period of preparation, essential for reaching a state of maturity. It signifies a divine prompting, urging individuals to evolve beyond their current spiritual stages. The emergence of the butterfly denotes the completion of a developmental cycle. This process highlights the necessity of growth and advancement in one's journey. A ledger, meticulously balanced, symbolizes a period of impending review. This signifies an approaching season where past actions will be scrutinized. Every decision made and every inaction will be brought forth for examination. The bold number displayed represents the final, undeniable outcome of this assessment. It underscores the principle that all conduct eventually leads to a reckoning. This period emphasizes transparency and the consequences of one's choices. The concept of fatherhood extends beyond biological ties. It often symbolizes a profound sense of responsibility and guardianship. This responsibility is not always tied to literal offspring. It can represent the burden of care for any vulnerable entity or idea. Thus, the dream of fatherhood embodies the weight of profound commitment. A blueprint symbolizes the initial design and foundational ideas for future endeavors. This blueprint transforms, representing the evolution from concept to tangible creation. It materializes into a grand, intricate structure, signifying significant achievement. This structure embodies the legacy one builds through their life and decision. The legacy reflects the lasting impact an individual has on others. It extends to influence and benefit future generations, ensuring enduring significance. Dreams often serve as powerful, symbolic representations of our subconscious thoughts and aspirations. A dream featuring a guiding hand on complex machinery symbolizes control and direction. This imagery suggests an innate calling to leadership. leadership, indicating a significant capacity for guidance. Such dreams reflect an individual's potential to influence and steer situations or groups effectively. The striking of a gavel symbolizes a definitive judgment or decision being rendered. This act represents the principle of accountability within a system. It marks a critical period where individuals are called to answer for their stewardship. Accountability involves demonstrating responsible management of entrusted duties or resources. A dream often presents a calling, symbolizing a significant life transition or purpose. This calling may initially evoke feelings of unpreparedness or inadequacy. Such a dream serves as a powerful catalyst for personal development. It urges an immediate and profound spiritual introspection. The introspection aims to uncover inner strengths and areas for growth. Ultimately, the dream encourages active engagement in spiritual and personal evolution. Every action initiates a sequence of interconnected events, much like a series of gears. Each choice made sets in motion a chain of consequences, influencing subsequent outcomes. These events unfold progressively, with each step leading to the next. Ultimately, every action's effects will manifest, coming to full fruition. A small seed is carefully planted into fertile ground, symbolizing an initial effort or decision. This seed represents an idea, a project, or a personal commitment that has been initiated. The seed rapidly germinates, indicating a swift and significant development from the initial action. This rapid growth signifies that the initial effort is now poised to yield substantial results. A plant stretching towards the sun symbolizes the initial stages of growth and development. This imagery suggests that a new endeavor or project has recently begun. The dream signifies that this nascent project is poised for significant expansion. Its impending growth requires immediate and dedicated attention. The project demands careful nurturing to ensure its successful progression and flourishing. A young tree strengthening its roots against a storm symbolizes a critical period of growth. This phase denotes preparation for maturity, where foundational aspects are tested. It represents a time when character is challenged and developed. Core beliefs and faith are also subjected to rigorous examination. Through these trials, these foundational elements become solidified. The process ensures resilience and strength for future challenges. A spotlight illuminates a single figure on a stage, symbolizing focused attention. This imagery represents a period of heightened accountability and scrutiny. During this time, individual actions and character are closely observed. The period culminates in an evaluation of one's conduct and attributes. A dream can serve as a vivid warning, signaling significant impending changes in one's life. This warning indicates that something substantial is about to develop or expand. The nature of this growth is often profound, impacting various aspects of life. It suggests that these developments will occur regardless of one's preparedness. The dream highlights a crucial period of transition, demanding attention to future implications. A single drop of water falling onto a surface initiates a ripple effect. This phenomenon illustrates how a seemingly small action can generate broader consequences. The initial impact creates expanding waves that extend far beyond the point of origin. Similarly, individual decisions or actions can produce far-reaching effects. These consequences may influence various aspects of a system or environment. This concept emphasizes the profound and often underestimated impact of choices. A spiritual assignment represents a divinely appointed task or purpose. It is often perceived as a calling that requires deep personal commitment. This assignment involves specific responsibilities and actions. It necessitates guidance, often from a higher power or inner wisdom. Full dedication is essential for the successful fulfillment of this task. The journey involves navigating complex pathways with conviction and focus. The dream imagery of a figure before an open gate symbolizes a significant life transition. This transition specifically relates to entering a new phase of leadership. The open gate represents new opportunities and pathways for advancement. This new phase will be characterized by an increase in authority and influence. The dream suggests an imminent elevation in status and responsibility. A protective shield forms around a vulnerable object, symbolizing safeguarding. This imagery represents the act of covering and providing protection. It indicates a designated role of spiritual guardianship. The guardian is tasked with shielding against harm or negative influences. This concept emphasizes a duty to nurture and preserve the protected entity. Dreams often serve as a conduit for deeper understanding and spiritual insight. They can connect individuals to timeless biblical principles and divine wisdom. These spiritual truths are not confined to ancient texts, but remain perpetually relevant. Biblical principles offer guidance and perspective applicable to contemporary life circumstances. The enduring nature of these truths ensures their applicability across generations and contexts. Understanding these connections enriches one's spiritual journey and daily existence. Stewardship is defined as the responsible management of resources entrusted to one's care. This principle applies to various aspects, including personal talents and abilities. It also encompasses the judicious handling of material and financial resources. Furthermore, stewardship extends to the leadership and care of people. The core concept involves cultivating and developing what has been given. Effective stewardship ensures growth, preservation, and optimal utilization of assets. The principle of seeds and harvest illustrates a fundamental law of cause and effect. It posits that actions or efforts, metaphorically sown, determine future outcomes or harvests. This concept is often observed in agricultural practices, where specific seeds yield specific crops. A farmer sowing seeds in a field exemplifies this principle directly. The type of seed sown dictates the nature of the crop that will eventually be reaped. This principle extends beyond agriculture, applying to various aspects of life and divine law. The concept of spiritual fathers involves individuals who provide profound guidance. These figures offer mentorship, particularly within the context of faith and personal development. They serve as experienced guides, sharing wisdom and insights with younger individuals. Their role is to nurture and support the spiritual growth of those they mentor. This guidance helps mentees navigate challenges and deepen their understanding. Spiritual fathers embody a tradition of passing down knowledge and values across generations. The concept of responsibility is a fundamental theme across various contexts. It often symbolizes a heavy burden placed upon capable individuals. This burden signifies the duties and obligations inherent in certain roles. In Scripture, the weight of responsibility is a recurring motif. It particularly applies to those called to leadership positions. Dreams often serve as powerful conduits for internal messages and insights. They can act as a call to self-reflection, prompting introspection. This reflective process encourages individuals to examine their current state. The dream urges an assessment of one's readiness for future events or challenges. It highlights the importance of understanding personal preparedness. Ultimately, dreams can guide us toward greater self-awareness and foresight. A crossroad symbolizes a moment of significant choice or transition. At this juncture, multiple paths diverge, each leading to a distinct future. The decisions made here are pivotal for determining subsequent developments. These choices directly influence the trajectory of future growth and progress. Furthermore, they establish the framework for accountability regarding outcomes. Therefore, careful consideration is essential at such critical decision points. A small stream, representing individual efforts, begins its journey. It flows steadily, contributing its unique volume to the landscape. The stream eventually merges with a powerful, influential river. This symbolizes the combination of individual contributions into a greater force. This principle is particularly relevant in the context of spiritual leadership. A single candle illuminates a dark room, symbolizing profound concepts. This light represents the essence of truth, cutting through obscurity. It also embodies guidance, offering direction in moments of uncertainty. The candle's glow is a metaphor for dispelling ignorance, fostering understanding. Furthermore, it symbolizes the alleviation of fear, bringing comfort and clarity. This imagery highlights the critical role of providing enlightenment to others. A strong foundation is crucial for any massive structure, ensuring its stability and longevity. Similarly, individuals require a robust spiritual foundation to navigate life's challenges. This foundation supports the weight of future responsibilities and personal growth. It provides resilience, enabling one to withstand pressures and maintain integrity. Building this foundation involves cultivating core values, beliefs, and ethical principles. A well-established spiritual base is essential for a fulfilling and purposeful existence. Spiritual leaders guide individuals through the complexities and challenges of life. Their role is analogous to a shepherd leading a flock through difficult terrain. This leadership demands wisdom to navigate unforeseen obstacles and provide direction. It also requires profound care and compassion for those being guided. Leaders offer support, ensuring the well-being and spiritual growth of their followers. Ultimately, spiritual leadership fosters resilience and purpose in the face of adversity. The concept of a vineyard ripe for harvest symbolizes a pivotal moment in any endeavor. It represents the culmination of sustained effort and the imminent arrival of results. This period signifies that the fruits of one's labor are about to become evident. Both positive outcomes, reflecting successful work, and negative consequences will manifest. The harvest is a time of reckoning, where past actions directly determine present yields. The process of forging metal by a blacksmith symbolizes a refining journey. This involves intense heat and applied force, shaping raw material into strength. Such a refining process is essential for achieving maturity and resilience. It prepares individuals to effectively meet the demanding challenges of leadership roles. A compass, initially spinning, represents a search for direction or purpose. The compass settling on a clear direction symbolizes the attainment of clarity and focus. This settled direction signifies alignment, where one's path harmonizes with divine will. It ensures that personal actions and goals are congruent with a higher, intended purpose. The concept of a spiritual warrior emphasizes the need for inner strength and readiness. Donning armor symbolizes the act of spiritual preparation and protection. This preparation is crucial when individuals step into roles of greater responsibility. It signifies safeguarding one's spirit against challenges inherent in leadership or new duties. Thus, spiritual armor ensures resilience and integrity in the face of increased demand. Accountability is a fundamental principle in legal and ethical frameworks. It involves individuals or entities being held responsible for their actions. A judge presiding in a courtroom exemplifies this concept. Actions are weighed, and appropriate consequences are determined based on established laws. A gardener carefully prunes a plant, removing excess or unhealthy parts. This act of pruning is essential for the plant's optimal growth and development. Similarly, spiritual development requires consistent discipline and self-correction. Just as pruning shapes a plant, discipline refines one's spiritual path. Self-correction involves identifying and addressing internal obstacles to foster growth. The construction of a bridge symbolizes a connection between disparate elements. This metaphor represents the role of linking individuals to truth and guidance. It signifies the act of bridging gaps in understanding and knowledge. The bridge facilitates passage, enabling access to previously unreachable insights. A lighthouse stands as a beacon of hope and resilience amidst challenging conditions. Its powerful beam cuts through darkness, illuminating paths for those navigating turbulent waters. The light symbolizes guidance, offering direction when visibility is poor or obscured. It represents safety, providing a reliable point of reference in perilous situations. For those lost or in danger, the lighthouse signifies a promise of rescue and safe passage. This enduring image embodies the principles of assistance and protection in times of need. A craftsman meticulously carves intricate details, demonstrating focused dedication. This act symbolizes the precision and care essential for spiritual assignments. Such assignments require a high degree of attention to every aspect. The craftsman's diligence reflects the commitment to excellence in service. Every detail, no matter how small, contributes to the overall quality of the work. This approach ensures that spiritual duties are fulfilled with utmost integrity and skill. Spiritual leadership is characterized by an individual's capacity to guide and inspire a community or group. This form of leadership is rooted in moral authority and a deep understanding of shared values. Leaders often address gatherings, communicating messages that resonate with their audience. Their words and presence are designed to motivate individuals towards collective goals or actions. True spiritual leadership wields significant influence, fostering unity and purposeful engagement. A tree bearing abundant fruit serves as a powerful symbol. It represents the positive outcomes and blessings that arise from dedicated efforts. This imagery highlights the rewards of wise stewardship and careful management. It also signifies the beneficial results stemming from faithful and diligent service. A shield-deflecting arrow symbolizes spiritual protection. This imagery represents a covering from external threats and adversities. Such protection is attained through alignment with God's divine will. Being in alignment implies adherence to divine principles and guidance. This spiritual state provides safety and resilience against life's challenges. The biblical principle of stewardship is a foundational concept in Christian teachings. It is often referenced through scriptures such as Luke 16:10, which states, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much." This verse underscores the importance of managing resources, talents, and responsibilities. It emphasizes that faithfulness in seemingly small or insignificant matters is crucial. Such faithfulness serves as a prerequisite for being entrusted with greater responsibilities or blessings. The principle encourages diligent and responsible handling of all entrusted aspects of life. Spiritual growth requires dedicated care and consistent attention. Much like a delicate seedling, this nurturing process applies to one's personal spiritual development. It also extends to guiding and fostering the spiritual well-being of others. The act of nurturing symbolizes the active effort needed for profound spiritual flourishing. Careful cultivation ensures robust growth and resilience in spiritual journeys. A financial ledger serves as a fundamental record-keeping tool in economic and organizational contexts. It meticulously tracks all monetary transactions, detailing inflows and outflows of resources. The balance presented in a ledger symbolizes the core principle of accountability. Accountability refers to the obligation to explain and justify one's actions or decisions. Specifically, it highlights the necessity of providing an account for entrusted assets or responsibilities. This principle ensures transparency and responsible management of resources within any entity. A vibrant garden represents a system thriving under optimal conditions. Its flourishing state is a direct result of consistent and careful tending. This scenario illustrates the principle of responsible stewardship. Stewardship involves the diligent management and protection of resources. Such dedicated efforts invariably lead to positive and abundant outcomes. The garden's prosperity symbolizes the blessings reaped from conscientious care. Neglecting responsibilities can lead to significant negative consequences. This concept is often illustrated by the imagery of a barren field. A field left untended will fail to produce any harvest or yield. Similarly, a lack of effort or attention results in unproductiveness. Therefore, diligence and commitment are essential for achieving desired outcome. A figure stands at the edge of a precipice, symbolizing a critical juncture. This position signifies a moment of intense anticipation and reflection. The individual is on the verge of a significant transition or decision. It represents the realization that profound change is imminent and unavoidable. This scene captures the essence of a pivotal turning point in a journey or process. Heavy chains binding hands symbolize a profound sense of constraint. This imagery represents an individual's inability to evade an impending responsibility. It conveys the feeling of being inextricably tied to a duty or obligation. The chains metaphorically restrict freedom of choice and action. They illustrate a compelling force that necessitates compliance or engagement. Ultimately, it signifies a deep-seated compulsion to act, despite potential reluctance. A spiritual compass, spinning wildly, symbolizes a period of disorientation or uncertainty in one's spiritual path. This chaotic movement indicates a need for deeper introspection and a reevaluation of current spiritual practices. The compass then aligning signifies a clear call to elevate one's spiritual commitment and understanding. This alignment requires a deliberate reorientation of priorities and focus towards spiritual growth and purpose. The transition from childhood to adulthood signifies a fundamental shift in responsibilities and focus. It necessitates moving beyond the immaturity associated with childhood play and pursuits. This progression involves embracing the practical demands and tools of mature life. It represents growth, both physically and spiritually, towards greater self-reliance and purpose. A chessboard symbolizes a complex system where choices are made. Each move on the board represents a decision point in a sequence of events. The act of making a decision is like placing a piece, initiating a new state. Once a decision is made, its immediate and subsequent effects begin to unfold. These unfolding effects are the consequences, directly stemming from the initial choice. Thus, a past decision sets into motion a chain of events, shaping the future outcome. The descent of a crown symbolizes the formal assumption of leadership. This act signifies the transfer of authority and responsibility to an individual. It represents a moment of transition, often regardless of personal readiness. The symbolism suggests a preordained or divinely appointed role. Thus, the crown embodies the weight and destiny associated with leadership. A gathering storm on the horizon serves as a powerful metaphor for impending challenges. This imagery represents a significant problem or responsibility that is clearly approaching. Such a challenge cannot be ignored or postponed, demanding immediate consideration. It necessitates proactive attention and thorough preparation to mitigate its impact. The storm symbolizes an unavoidable situation requiring strategic planning and action. The small spark, large fire analogy illustrates a fundamental principle of causality. It highlights how an initial, seemingly minor action or event can trigger a chain reaction. This chain reaction leads to disproportionately significant and far-reaching consequences. The principle emphasizes the interconnectedness of events within a system. Even subtle changes in initial conditions can result in vastly different outcomes over time. This concept is crucial in understanding complex systems. From weather patterns to social dynamics, the image of a solitary figure on a vast plain carries profound symbolic meaning. This visual metaphor represents the inherent isolation individuals often experience. It underscores the concept of personal responsibility, a burden uniquely borne by each person. The vastness of the plain amplifies the sense of being alone and facing life's challenges. Thus, the figure embodies the weight of individual accountability and self-reliance. The act of reaching for a heavy, glowing orb symbolizes a significant moment. This gesture represents the conscious decision to accept a spiritual assignment or calling. The orb's weight signifies the profound responsibility and challenges inherent in the task. Its glow indicates the inherent power, guidance, or divine nature associated with the assignment. Acceptance implies a deep understanding and commitment to the spiritual implications of the path chosen. The construction of a wall, brick by brick, serves as a powerful metaphor for the accumulation of responsibility. Each individual brick represents a new task, obligation, or commitment undertaken. As each layer is added, the structure grows, symbolizing the increasing scope of duties. This gradual process illustrates how responsibilities build upon one another over time. Consequently, each new addition contributes to the overall weight and complexity of one's obligations. Spiritual leadership is characterized by its inherently demanding nature. The path of spiritual leadership often becomes increasingly steep and arduous. This demanding journey illustrates the significant challenges inherent in the role. Leaders must navigate complex obstacles and exert continuous effort. The act of fitting a figure with a regal robe symbolizes a significant transition. This ceremony represents the formal investiture of authority upon an individual. The regal robe itself is an emblem of power, status, and responsibility. It signifies the transfer of leadership and the granting of official duties. This process inherently carries with it the expectations associated with the new role. A mirror serves as a metaphor for reflecting on one's past actions and their consequences. This introspection prompts an examination of the seeds planted through previous choices. It involves evaluating both positive contributions and negative impacts. The process reveals the cumulative effects of past behaviors on present circumstances. The image of a scale weighing a heart symbolizes an internal assessment. This assessment focuses on an individual's spiritual maturity. It represents a deep, personal evaluation of one's inner state. The core question is readiness for future demands and challenges. This internal process determines preparedness for upcoming responsibilities. The weighing signifies a critical evaluation of spiritual capacity. The act of planting a seed serves as a powerful metaphor for initiating new endeavors or decisions. A hand carefully holding a seed symbolizes the initial contemplation and choice of a path. Placing the seed into the ground represents the commitment to action and the investment of effort. This action prompts reflection on recent decisions and their potential to yield future outcomes. Just as a seed requires nurturing, decisions need sustained attention and resources to flourish. The eventual growth of the plant mirrors the development and realization of the decision's potential. A figure standing before a large, locked door often symbolizes a spiritual or psychological barrier. This imagery represents the avoidance of responsibility or a reluctance to engage with a task. It highlights areas where an individual might be resisting a divine or inner calling. The locked door signifies an unwillingness to confront challenges or embrace a destined path. A spiritual warrior embodies inner strength and resilience. Preparation for battle emphasizes the critical need for spiritual readiness. This involves cultivating mental fortitude and emotional balance. The development of inner strength is paramount for overcoming challenges. Leadership often involves navigating complex and unpredictable situations, akin to a ship in treacherous waters. Leaders face numerous challenges, including uncertainty, opposition, and difficult decisions. These challenges can create instability and make effective governance difficult. The metaphor highlights the need for wisdom and foresight in guiding a collective. It suggests that human effort alone may be insufficient to overcome all obstacles. Therefore, leaders may seek divine guidance to steer their course effectively and ensure safe passage. The pursuit of wisdom and understanding is a fundamental human endeavor. It involves dedicated study and reflection, often through engagement with historical knowledge. Scholars meticulously examine ancient texts to uncover profound insights. This rigorous intellectual activity serves as a vital form of preparation. Such preparation equips individuals with knowledge for future challenges and growth. Prayer is a spiritual practice involving communication with a divine entity or higher power. It serves as a means for individuals to seek guidance, express gratitude, or offer supplication. Through prayer, individuals often aim to connect with the sacred and transcend worldly concerns. This practice is widely recognized for its capacity to provide comfort, strength, and inner peace. The act of prayer signifies a profound reliance on divine intervention and spiritual support. A glowing light held in a hand symbolizes a profound spiritual assignment. This light represents a sacred trust, delicate and requiring utmost care. The fragility of the light underscores the responsibility of its bearer. Careful handling is essential to preserve its integrity and purpose. It signifies a task of great importance, demanding reverence and precision. Life presents individuals with critical junctures, often symbolized as crossroads. At these points, a significant decision must be made regarding one's personal development. One path leads towards maturity, characterized by growth, responsibility, and wisdom. The alternative path signifies a continuation of immaturity, marked by stagnation or regression. This moment of choice is pivotal, shaping future experiences and personal evolution. Committing to either direction has profound and lasting implications for the individual's journey. A strong, deep root system anchors a tree, providing stability and nourishment. This natural phenomenon illustrates the critical importance of a firm foundation. Similarly, a robust spiritual foundation is essential for individuals. It enables one to endure and effectively manage significant responsibilities over time. A wellspring of clear water symbolizes a source of vital support and nourishment. This water flows to parched, dry land, representing communities or individuals in need. The act of nourishing the land illustrates the positive impact of effective governance. This imagery conveys that responsible leadership brings blessings to those it serves. The journey of life often presents challenges and uncertainties. A figure confidently walks towards a distant, guiding light. This symbolizes the act of embracing responsibility. It requires both courage and unwavering faith in one's path. Facing the unknown with conviction leads to personal growth and purpose. The imagery of a hand reaching for a guiding star in the night sky is a powerful metaphor. This act symbolizes a profound desire for direction and purpose in one's life journey. The guiding star represents a source of divine wisdom or spiritual insight. It signifies an individual's quest to understand and follow a higher power's intentions. The ultimate goal is to achieve alignment with God's will, ensuring actions are purposeful. This pursuit reflects a deep spiritual longing for clarity and divine affirmation. A spiritual community thrives on the collective efforts of its members. Each individual contributes to the group's harmony and shared purpose. Accountability is crucial for maintaining this unity and progress. It ensures members uphold their commitments, fostering trust and mutual support. The journey of spiritual growth is often depicted through natural metaphors. A common analogy is the steady development of a plant from a small sprout. Initially, a sprout emerges, representing the nascent stages of spiritual awakening. Through consistent nourishment and care, it gradually strengthens into a robust stem. This progression symbolizes continuous spiritual development and increasing inner strength. Heavy rain showers symbolize divine grace and provision. This imagery signifies sustenance during periods of preparation. It also represents support in the face of significant challenges. The nourishing rain revitalizes parched earth, reflecting spiritual renewal. Initially, responsibility may be perceived as a heavy burden, weighing down an individual. This burden often represents challenges, duties, or obligations that require significant effort. However, when responsibility is embraced and managed effectively, its nature transforms. It evolves into a powerful source of strength, enabling elevation and personal growth. Like wings, a map unfolding symbolizes the journey of life and the search for direction. Seeking divine will provides a clear, guided path forward. This alignment brings clarity and purpose to one's actions and decisions. It illuminates the optimal route, removing uncertainty and confusion. Embracing divine guidance leads to a life of profound clarity and fulfillment. A spiritual garden represents the inner landscape of one's soul and beliefs. Diligent spiritual growth is akin to carefully tending this garden. This involves consistent effort, reflection, and nurturing of one's spirit. Just as a garden yields beautiful flowers, spiritual care brings forth positive outcomes. These outcomes are the blessings that manifest from dedicated spiritual cultivation. The beauty of the flower symbolizes the tangible and intangible rewards of this inner work. Spiritual maturity is a state of advanced development in one's spiritual journey. It signifies a deep understanding and integration of spiritual principles into daily life. This maturity fosters an inner strength, enabling individuals to face adversity with steadfastness. Resilience, a key outcome, is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. It allows one to adapt positively to stress, trauma, and significant life changes. Thus, spiritual growth directly contributes to enhanced personal resilience and fortitude. A shield emblazoned with a cross is a powerful symbol across various cultures and beliefs. The shield itself traditionally represents protection, defense, and security against adversaries. The cross, a profound religious emblem, signifies divine presence, sacrifice, and salvation. Combined, the cross on a shield symbolizes divine protection and spiritual guidance. It assures believers of safeguarding and direction for those who walk in faith. A flickering candle flame represents an initial state of spiritual light. This initial state may be weak or unstable, requiring nurturing. The act of preparation symbolizes intentional effort and cultivation. Through consistent preparation, the spiritual light begins to stabilize. The flame grows steady, indicating increased strength and resilience. Ultimately, the light becomes bright, signifying a fully strengthened spiritual state. The ascent of a staircase symbolizes a journey of continuous progress and development. Each step taken represents a new stage or achievement in one's personal evolution. This progression signifies the ongoing process of spiritual growth and enlightenment. As individuals climb, they acquire new insights and expand their understanding. The upward movement also reflects an increasing capacity for and commitment to greater responsibilities. The metaphor of a shepherd gathering a flock illustrates spiritual leadership. A shepherd guides and protects the sheep, ensuring their safety and well-being. This act symbolizes the protective and nurturing role of spiritual leaders. They lead their followers into a safe enclosure, providing guidance and security. The scene depicts an elder imparting wisdom to an attentive audience. This interaction symbolizes the intergenerational transfer of profound spiritual knowledge. It represents the guidance offered by experienced individuals to seekers of understanding. The attentive listeners signify the receptiveness and eagerness to absorb this wisdom. This process ensures the continuity and preservation of spiritual teachings across time. Personal introspection involves a deep examination of one's thoughts, feelings, and action. This process facilitates self-assessment, allowing individuals to evaluate their past behaviors and decisions. It encourages reflection on preparedness, analyzing how well one was equipped for previous situations. Such self-analysis is crucial for personal growth and enhancing future readiness. A spiritual calling represents a profound inner summons towards a higher purpose or path. It often manifests as a deep sense of meaning or a strong urge to contribute beyond oneself. This calling can be perceived as a distant, majestic mountain, symbolizing its grand scale. The journey towards fulfilling this calling is often daunting, requiring significant effort and perseverance. Despite the challenges, embracing a spiritual calling promises profound personal growth and fulfillment. The rewards of such a journey are often spiritual and existential, enriching one's life deeply. A compass needle, a tool for navigation, inherently points towards magnetic north. This natural alignment symbolizes a clear and unwavering sense of direction. In a spiritual context, this can represent divine guidance in one's life journey. It signifies a path that is divinely ordained and purposeful. The steady needle suggests an absence of doubt or confusion regarding one's calling. Thus, a compass pointing north embodies clear divine direction and life purpose. Spiritual growth requires diligent and consistent effort. Much like cultivating fertile soil, a strong, steady hand guiding a plow symbolizes focused dedication and perseverance. This action represents the continuous work needed to nurture one's inner self. It illustrates the principle of stewardship, caring for one's spiritual well-being. Such diligent work is essential for fostering profound and lasting spiritual development. A figure stands at the edge of a vast, calm ocean, symbolizing profound peace. This imagery represents the clarity and tranquility achieved through spiritual alignment. The expansive ocean reflects the boundless nature of divine purpose. The scene illustrates the serenity found in conforming to God's will. A golden key symbolizes a profound level of spiritual attainment. This key is capable of unlocking a massive, ornate door. The door represents hidden knowledge, new opportunities, or higher realms of understanding. The act of unlocking signifies gaining access to these previously inaccessible areas. This access is directly linked to an individual's spiritual maturity. It also indicates a state of readiness to receive and utilize new insights or responsibilities. A vibrant tree with deep roots symbolizes a life that is spiritually grounded. The deep roots represent a strong foundation, drawing sustenance and stability. Widespread branches signify far-reaching influence and impact. The tree bearing much fruit illustrates productivity and positive outcomes. Collectively, this imagery portrays a life that is both rooted in principle and abundantly fruitful. The act of walking on water symbolizes undertaking challenging spiritual tasks. It represents assignments that require extraordinary belief and reliance on divine guidance. A guiding divine light signifies the essential element of faith in these endeavors. This illustrates the profound trust needed to embark on difficult spiritual journeys. A heavy anchor symbolizes stability and security. It secures a ship, even amidst the turbulence of a storm. This metaphor represents spiritual maturity. Spiritual maturity provides steadfastness during life's trials. The crown of thorns symbolizes profound suffering and immense responsibility. It represents burdens, pain, and the trials faced in life. This imagery conveys hardship and sacrifice. The crown of glory signifies divine honor and ultimate triumph. It embodies recognition, reward, and spiritual elevation. The transformation illustrates suffering evolving into sacred distinction and revered status. A hand reaching upwards symbolizes a profound spiritual gesture. This action represents the human desire to connect with a higher power or divine source. It signifies the act of seeking God's wisdom for guidance and clarity. The gesture also embodies the quest for divine strength to face future responsibilities. Spiritual growth is often conceptualized as a journey, evolving over time. This journey is analogous to a river, constantly flowing and adapting to its environment. The river's path represents the various experiences and challenges encountered during growth. Each bend and turn signifies a lesson learned or a new perspective gained. Ultimately, this journey leads to a vast, serene lake, symbolizing a state of peace. The lake represents the fulfillment and tranquility achieved through sustained spiritual development. Spiritual maturity is a developmental process leading to deeper understanding and insight. It involves growth in wisdom, compassion, and connection to a higher purpose. This maturity grants an elevated perspective, much like viewing a landscape from a mountain peak. From this vantage point, one gains clarity and a broader vision of life's complexities. The expanded perspective allows for more informed decisions and a profound sense of peace. A single drop of rain symbolizes a profound spiritual input. This drop descends upon a parched flower, representing a soul in need of sustenance. The raindrop provides essential nourishment, revitalizing the flower's life force. This act illustrates the rejuvenating power of divine grace. It signifies how spiritual input can restore and invigorate a depleted spirit. A complex puzzle represents the intricate nature of existence and divine order. Each piece of the puzzle symbolizes an individual's life, experiences, and purpose. The act of assembling the puzzle signifies the journey of spiritual discovery and introspection. Gradually, as pieces connect, a clearer image of the overarching divine plan begins to emerge. This process leads to a profound understanding of one's unique role within this grand design. Ultimately, the completed puzzle reveals a coherent and meaningful picture of life's purpose. The principle of sowing and reaping illustrates that present actions determine future outcomes. It metaphorically compares effort and input to the act of sowing seeds in a field. Just as a farmer plants seeds, individuals invest time, energy, or resources. The subsequent harvest represents the results or consequences of these initial efforts. This principle emphasizes a direct causal link between actions and their eventual return. The journey begins in a state of spiritual immaturity, symbolized by navigating a dark, dense forest. This phase represents a period of limited understanding, challenges, and obscured perspectives. Progress is marked by moving through these difficulties, gaining insight and clarity. Emerging into sunlight signifies the attainment of enlightenment and spiritual maturity. A strong, protective wall is constructed around a community. This wall symbolizes a barrier against external threats and vulnerabilities. The construction represents the establishment of security and stability. In a broader sense, this imagery illustrates the role of spiritual leadership. Spiritual leaders provide covering and protection for their community members. Their guidance acts as a safeguard, fostering a secure and flourishing environment. A spiritual father provides guidance and direction, akin to a shepherd leading a flock. This guidance is characterized by both gentleness and firmness, ensuring proper spiritual development. The shepherd's staff symbolizes the tools and wisdom used to protect and lead. It represents the authority and responsibility inherent in spiritual leadership. The spiritual father nurtures and corrects, fostering growth within the community. This role is crucial for maintaining spiritual order and well-being among followers. A leader's role is to illuminate the path forward for their team or organization. This involves providing clarity and direction, much like a lamp guiding through darkness. Effective leadership dispels uncertainty, making objectives and strategies clear. Leaders define the vision and set the course, ensuring everyone understands the journey. Their guidance empowers individuals to navigate challenges and achieve collective goals. A tree undergoes pruning, a process of careful removal of branches. This pruning, though seemingly harsh, is essential for its health and development. Post-pruning, the tree regenerates, growing back with renewed vigor and strength. The revitalized tree subsequently yields more abundant and fruitful produce. This natural cycle illustrates the necessity of spiritual discipline for greater impact and growth. The act of aligning one's will with God's purpose is a profound spiritual concept. It is often symbolized by a figure kneeling in humble submission. This posture represents reverence and a willingness to yield personal desires. The divine light signifies the presence and guidance of God. Ultimately, this alignment leads to harmony with a higher, sacred plan. Spiritual growth is a journey of personal development and enlightenment. It is significantly influenced by external factors, particularly community support. A supportive community provides encouragement, guidance, and shared experiences. This collective environment fosters a sense of belonging and mutual upliftment. Accountability within a community ensures individuals remain committed to their spiritual path. It promotes responsibility and consistent effort, crucial for sustained spiritual progress. The continuous flow of a river serves as a powerful metaphor in various spiritual traditions. It symbolizes the dynamic and unceasing nature of spiritual growth and development. Just as a river constantly moves, spiritual journeys are characterized by ongoing change and progression. This imagery highlights the idea that spiritual maturity is not a static state, but an active process. It represents the continuous journey of learning, evolving, and deepening one's understanding. Thus, the flowing river embodies the perpetual quest for inner development and enlightenment. A figure stands contemplatively before an open book, symbolizing a quest for deeper understanding. The open book represents a source of profound wisdom and spiritual teachings. This scene illustrates the act of reflection, seeking insight from sacred texts or ancient knowledge. It embodies the universal human desire for spiritual guidance and enlightenment. Spiritual maturity is a state of advanced, personal, and ethical development. It is characterized by a deep understanding of one's purpose and values. A key indicator of this maturity is the outward expression of service to others. This involves actively assisting and supporting individuals in need. Such actions demonstrate a sense of responsibility towards the community. Thus, helping others is a tangible manifestation of spiritual growth and development. Spiritual leadership requires unwavering steadfastness, akin to a lighthouse in a storm. Leaders must remain firm and resolute, providing guidance amidst challenges and uncertainties. This steadfastness ensures stability and direction for those they lead. It involves maintaining core principles and values despite external pressures or difficulties. Such unwavering commitment builds trust and inspires followers to navigate their own paths. A small flame represents an initial spark of spiritual awareness or commitment. This flame, though modest, holds inherent potential for growth and expansion. Embracing spiritual responsibility involves nurturing and developing this inner spark. Through consistent effort, the small flame can transform into a powerful beacon. This transformation symbolizes the significant positive impact one can achieve by embracing spiritual responsibility. The act of standing with outstretched hands symbolizes an open posture towards life's offerings. This gesture represents a readiness to receive, whether it be gifts, challenges, or duties. It signifies an acceptance of what is presented, without hesitation or resistance. In this context, responsibility is perceived not as an onerous task, but as a divine blessing. This perspective reframes obligations, transforming them from burdens into opportunities for growth. Embracing responsibility with this mindset fosters a positive and proactive approach to life.